Hello guys, welcome to another session. So here in this video, I'm going to talk about a strategy which will help you to clear the UPSC examination 2026. That means this is for the next year, those who are giving attempt in the next year. So this is May, we are just starting, and then next May, your prelims, and then after 100 days, your mains will be there. So we need to have an action plan for the next 365 days plus 100 days. So almost 470 days of planning is what we are going to do in this session. Okay, so I'll be breaking it down completely, and whether you are a beginner, you're just starting your journey, or you're someone who have already started your journey, or you are someone who stopped in between and want to restart your journey, what I'm going to discuss here, is going to definitely help you. So I'm going to give you a roadmap that is meant to provide a discipline, motivation, and clarity from building your basics to reaching the peak performance in both prelims and mains. So we'll discuss both sides and the days in which you need to practice and plan the mock test and everything we'll discuss. So what I'm doing is I've divided this year that you're going to take this prelims and mains in 5 focus phases. So here will be, and that these phases are based on actual UPSC demand. We will also look at some topper, examples and how they have prepared and everything. Then we'll also look into previous year question analysis and time-tested study practices, revision, and everything I will cover. All I want you to understand this and then just blindly stick to this with discipline. Whatever we are discussing, just blindly stick to that, and then you will definitely crack this exam. Okay, so let me tell you first, discipline is more important than random motivation. So ultimately, consistency wins the race, right? So you may get motivated today and you start reading 10 hours, 12 hours for another 1 week, but after 1 week, you may not get that motivation, you may not be in that level, then your performance will come down. But what I need is more than this kind of motivation. This is random. I want consistency. Every day you spend 6, 7, 8 hours. That's enough. If you can do it consistently every day. See, that's what matters in everywhere. You look at bodybuilding or the way you keep yourself fit. What you need is, it's not random motivation. On a sudden day you go to gym and work out. You won't be like this. Or you start running on one day and another 1 week you may do it, but you won't do it. But what we need is discipline and consistency. How long you consistently do that, that's what ultimately matters. Again, when it comes to this preparation, you may come across a lot of flashy materials, new coachings, right? New teachers and new test series. So don't get into these kinds of flashy materials or new PDFs or new coaching or distractions. What we need is, you get all these things, because this is everything is available. We are in a society, we are in a time that provides everything what you want, including all type of distractions. So what we need is avoiding those distractions and focusing on execution. If you take the example of last year, rank 1 and rank 2, Shakti Dubey, rank 1, if you take, see, she cracked the exam in her 5th attempt. So even in between, she changed their optional and approach also. And if you see in the previous video, I have done a complete breakdown of the way she improved in her answer writing also. Because in the previous attempt where he couldn't even crack the mains, the paper we have analyzed. Okay, so she have done a lot of improvement, and she came to someone who couldn't even crack mains in the just previous attempt with the first rank in the next attempt. Harshida Goyal, if you see, failed twice in prelims and then succeeded in the third attempt with proper mentorship, proper answer writing, and everything, right? So that's exactly what should be your motivation. So the journey, if you look at these two cases itself, that basically proves it's not about resources, but resilience, the clarity and the sacrifice, the discipline and the consistency. That's what matters. Okay, now let's get into the 5 phase which you need to understand. So first, what we need is, whether you are beginning, whether you're restarting, or you just started, what we need is, next 4 months, we need to build the base, and it has to be strong with your core subjects, the foundational subjects: history, geography, polity, economy. These are the core subjects. These are the foundational subjects. You need to have a clarity everything about this. So you need to build the foundation. From here, the base starts. So the next 120 days, I'll be discussing further. You'll be focusing on covering this areas along with the newspapers. And then Next 3 months we'll be taking, there are some minor subjects also when it comes to mains, but very important in prelims, that areas like environment, science and technology, society, international relations, right? So these are the areas that you need to cover in the next 3 months. So 7 months will go like this. Another 2 months we can focus on ethics, essay. But during all these times, we discussed about 9 months. I'll be coming to the revision and test series and everything. During these 9 months, one thing that you need to do is focus on current affairs every day, reading newspapers and revising. And then you understand things more from that. Whatever foundation you are getting from the core subjects, you'll be connecting it with the current affairs. You'll be coming across different news from what you have read, connected to what you have read. Then you will be looking at the previous year questions during these phase. You will also have to go with the optionals for the next 9 months. Till this 9 months, 4 months, we are looking for core subjects. Parallelly, you'll be going with the optional, right? Next 3 months, you'll be looking at mains, minor, right? Then during that time also, you'll be looking at the optionals. And the next 2 months, we'll be focusing on some more, important areas like ethics and essay, the other areas that we have left out. That's where again you will be focusing on. So your optional. Assume if it is sociology, it is sociology. Then after that, when we start our revision, that's when we focus exclusively for the prelims and we stop. During that time we don't want to look at the optional, right? Because then after prelims we'll come back and we'll solve, we'll get in touch back with the optional. So this is how next 4 months you'll be looking at the revision, and then after prelims then you will be getting 100 days where we will take the optionals, we'll read the optionals, we'll write the test series, mains test series, everything, because we have already covered everything before. So in the 4 months we are doing the revision for prelims, whatever we have covered already. We'll be solving the questions, we'll be taking the mock test and everything, right? At least 100 test series, 100 tests we'll be taking all together, and then keep revising that. We'll be discussing everything again. I'm just telling you what we're going to do. And then after prelims, we'll be looking at the mains. So it's almost, let me tell you, it's almost 1,200 hours of study, right? Almost, if you see, we have on an average, even if you take just 3 hours a day, on an average, 400, 470 days, at least 1,300 hours of study is there, right? So what if you can, even if you're taking 3 hours a day, what if you can take 5 hours? What if you can take 6, 7 hours? It will come into like a range of 2,000 hours of focused, disciplined, and consistent execution. That's what matters. And in the phase one itself alone, like 4 months that I've discussed, right? 120 days. So 4 months, imagine you're studying for 8 hours. So how much you are covered? 960 hours. And what we need in the phase one, we need focused approach with that core subjects, the foundational subjects. Don't you think that you'll be able to make that foundation in the 1,000 hours that I'm giving? Yes or no? 1,000 hours I'm giving for 4 subjects. Per subjects, you'll be spending 250 hours. Don't you think that you are someone who can make a strong foundation in these areas where you already have some touch? History, geography you've studied already. Polity might be new to you. Economy may be slightly new to you, but still, don't you think that 1,000 hours is enough for you to make a strong, solid foundation in the subjects? That's why I told you 8 hours a day, discipline, consistency. That's what matters ultimately. Correct. Now let's look at strategy from here, May to June, the starting phase. We can divide the subjects. So I want polity and economy you to start first. Maybe you're not that familiar history, geography. To an extent, you know that because you have studied from 6th standard to 10 and maybe 11, 12 also. So polity, economy, spend 50 days or 60 days for that. Cover everything, Lakshmikant, and whatever source you're following for economy. That also, it could be NCRT, it could be a TMH material or whatever. So the method is you can weekly see either every day divide 4 hours, 4 hours, or 3 days polity, 3 days economy, 1 day for revision and previous year questions. So either you make it like this, 6 days, I'll study 4 hours, 4 hours, polity, economy parallel, and then 1 day I'll go for complete revision of whatever I have done along with the previous year questions of that topics. Or you go with 3 days of polity, 3 days of economy, and then 1 day like that. So again, parallelly, newspaper and optional you will be reading. Okay, so in this 8 hours, 2 hours for your optional, maybe 1 hour for your newspaper you can spend, or if you are someone who are taking more additional hours for this, that also you can do. So I hope you got it. And what are the sources? For polity, it's ultimately Lakshmikant, right? For detailed reading, and you'll be getting everything in that. Otherwise, if you need class 11 NCERT or constitution, again, political theory is something which you can read. But Lakshmikant will suffice. That's enough. Stick to that. Try to cover important areas. And I've already done a video how to read Lakshmikant and cover polity easily and neatly. And then next is economy. What are the sources? You can read either Vivek Singh book or Ramesh Singh book. That's fine, right? So Maharashtra State Board class 11, 12. That's something which most of the aspirants are reading. Class 11 NCERT Indian Economic Development, right? Otherwise, that Ramesh Singh economy, that will be fine for you to get enough knowledge. Otherwise, you take our classes and cover the complete economy, the notes also. That's suffice. That's everything. 20 modules, everything is covered over there. So see, first reading, it can be fast. You don't want to take notes because you need to get in touch with the subjects. You need to have some familiarity. Second reading, that's when you taking start taking the short notes, which means 25% of the content. You reduce that whatever you're reading to 1/4 and write down the notes. So when you write down, you start remembering things, you will understand things, and you will be able to revise by using your own handwriting, your own notes. That help a lot psychologically also. So the approaches, you can go for self-study, or you can join our courses, and then you can get our mentorship also. You can everything, even from the video lectures, you can complete, so that if something you don't know, you get everything in the class and you'll be covering that. And then use short notes later, that we can do the revision part. So once you have joined our sessions, you'll be getting everything in terms of lectures. From there, you'll be writing the notes, important points and everything. Otherwise, self-study, whatever, it's up to you again. The next phase, we can say July to August. In the foundational phase, you can go with geography, history. So what are the materials? Class 11, 12 NCERT for geography, Coaching Leong with mapping. So that way you can cover geography. And then history, R.S. Sharma for ancient, Tamil Nadu history book for medieval, Nitin Singhania, art and culture. But I don't want to, I don't want, you just go for one reading, then I'll tell you what to do during revision phase with respect to ancient, medieval, art and architecture part. We are not giving too much of emphasis for that. And then comes to spectrum, Bipin Chandra or spectrum, Rajiv Ahir or Bipin Chandra, modern India. Any one of this will be fine. Spectrum, how to read spectrum easily, I have already done a video. So go through that, important topics and everything is covered over there. So I want you to focus mostly on spectrum or Bipin Chandra modern India part. Rest of them, go through that, and then I'm coming to that, how you need to revise it and what all facts you need to cover. That we will solve through previous year questions and the test series questions and the solutions and the revision time. So again, during this time also, you will be doing your optionals. Or maybe if you see, for first phase, foundational phase, if you don't want to read optional, you can start from here. But still, I recommend you to start reading optional because that's very important from your first phase itself. Okay. Now, September, November time, that's when you will be getting into these advanced subjects, but not that much significance for mains. Still, it is important. Here, you will be going with environment. You'll have to cover disaster management, internal security, science and technology, society, international relations. And you will, along with this, you'll be giving more focus in optional during this time. Okay. At the same time, you look at the previous year questions of whatever you have done before: history, geography, polity, economy. You have to keep in touch with these 4 subjects all the time. You have to keep in touch with optional during this time also. So here for these subjects, biology textbook, science and technology is fine. Again, class 11, 12 NCERTs. You'll get short notes, materials, PDFs. We have the classes, everything is given. So that's enough for you to cover these areas. International relation, mostly from the current affairs. For the basics and the perspectives, you can look at our materials. Society, Indian society textbook you can cover, right? Everything is easy here. So here in this phase also, the foundational subjects you need to keep revising. The optional subject also you should be in touch, right? Apart from that, you should be covering this. Now, next phase, there you can focus on ethics, which is very important. Just like optional, ethics is important. Yes, to some people, I'll tell you to cover ethics post prelims, but still, have an idea about ethics paper will definitely help. So don't want to get too much into that. Ethics you cover, and some more essay writing you can practice during this phase. So this is where you are doing the final revision of the main subject. So you're getting strong in mains, and you're very confident also in mains. Previous year analysis of ethics also you can do during this time, and then you take out our classes and cover everything. So by this time your foundation is ready for mains, and these are the subjects which are repeating in prelims. Now we are going for revision. Okay, that's when you'll be start taking the mock test series and everything. So optional subject should be completed by now, and now we are going to touch the optional subjects from here onwards. So now Feb onwards will be only sticking to the revision part for prelims. Now we are going to focus only on the revision. So here again you can plan your study slots based on your convenience. Morning you'll be taking 3 hours, right? And always try to align now from here onwards your timing with actual exam. 9 to 12 there should be a slot, and then 1 to 4 or 2 to 5 there should be another slot. That slot should be there. You should be completely engaged during this time. Make sure that your study plan timetable is aligned with that. So again, you keep on revising the core subjects, the economy, history, geography, polity, all these core subjects, previous year questions. And by this time you'll be starting the test series also with one of the academy. You will be starting. If you don't want to join any academy, you will be getting everything, or you can join from us, and you'll be getting everything in the internet, and you'll start taking, let's say Vajiram you can take. If you don't have money, still you can get it free of course, right? And then you can get for vision, you can get next IAS, you can get whatever. At least what I want you to do is one day one paper, or once in 2 day one question paper you should be in a position to solve. Read the solution, understand what's correct and what's wrong, why it is correct, why it is wrong, what you made mistake, and try to solve that mistake, and remember everything that you're try to remember everything that you're reading, because you've already covered the subject. Now this is the way you are revising the subject. Okay, so divide the study slots in such a way that you get engaged during 9 to 12 and 2 to 5. Apart from that, you use any other slots also to cover the subjects. Of course, current affair, you started from the beginning itself reading newspaper. Now it's time to consolidate. So you'll be getting the monthly, weekly magazines, the PDF, try to cover that. Again, focus on the 360-degree coverage. Okay, so here you'll be, when I say 360-degree coverage means static plus current. So, for example, Indus water treaty from both angles, static as well as current affairs. Again, various materials that we are providing, our current affairs coaching modules you can join, that way you can cover again. Okay, now the syllabus wise previous year question decoding. This is something which we are doing from the beginning itself. Prelim syllabus you'll be taking economic, social development, poverty, inclusion, demographic, and see how UPSC asks question. There will be application-based questions during recession, inflation. There will be questions like GDP, GNP, difference, level versus growth rate, like that. Then there will be concepts like green GDP, carbon credits, Keynesian spending, and all those things. So understand these patterns. The patterns repeats, right? For example, again, if you talk about environment, the conservation, the pollution, EIA. If you look at the previous year question, industrial river pollution, right? Oil pollution, WHO, guidelines, right? Gothenburg Protocol. Environment topics mostly, asked through micro themes. So when you understand the pattern, it definitely help you to revise. It definitely help you to retain things. That's why previous year questions are very important, because that's the way you are understanding the psychology of UPSC. So once you can understand that, then it is very easy to, crack it, right? Then, yeah. So during this 4 months, that's when you will be revising, and then you will be having daily plan, right? Weekly plan, of course, monthly plan, what all things you'll be covering. So basically, what I want during this phase is, most importantly, you will be solving, make sure you'll be solving 100 question papers with 100 questions each from different sections, different institute. So the advantage is, by the time of prelims, you have seen all the possibility of multiple choice questions from different institute, from different perspectives, from different themes and different angles. 10,000 questions, and you are reading 10,000 solutions. So there is no problem with the content. Beyond this, you cannot do anything. Once you're done with this much, whatever I have discussed, and then there is no chance that you'll be, failing in prelims. Now, once you clear the prelims, you take a couple of days break, then comes to mains, then your next phase of preparation will start. We have already covered everything with respect to mains. Now we are going to start again. We are going to revise. We are going to take the test series. We start with optional. We start optional test series. We start writing ethics. We start writing essay. These are the 4 subjects where you are going to 2 optional, ethics, essay. Apart from that, the 3 GS papers also, which anyway you are in touch from the first beginning itself. Okay, so my dear friends, this is your complete roadmap for UPSC 2026. This is a blend of discipline, evidence-based preparation, smart study plans I've discussed, and the powerful resources also I've discussed, and its usage also. Don't waste time hopping from one video to other, one institute to other, one test series to other, one PDF to other. Don't do that. Stick to this. I've given already what you are supposed to do. Now your only job is stick to this. There is someone who's there telling you this is what you need to follow, guiding you. Just why can't you sit and just follow this? In case if you want any help, you can directly get in touch with us. We have the mentorship program. Of course, it will be paid, but still you will get that advantage also. So stick to the strategy and you will start seeing the difference in the first 30 days itself. All I want is discipline, consistency rather than random motivation. Random motivation fail after. See, even I look at this body. I'm 40, but still, do you think I'm 40? Looking at this, and if I'm maintaining this, it's based on consistency, it's based on discipline, it's not a random motivation. If I'm motivated on one day going to gym, it won't be like this. If I'm motivated on one day, this is what I told in the beginning, I'm going for a running, it won't be like this. Every day I walk, every day I run, every day I weight lift, or I do it systematically. One day if I'm running, the other day I go for weightlifting, other day I'm going for jogging. So that's how I manage it. So that consistency, discipline is required in life and in UPSC preparation also. So start with polity and economy, then move to history and geography. Then, as we discussed, build your timetable, focus on revision, and most importantly, previous year question analysis and solving MCQs, and then test series as such from the month of February. Track everything with evidence-based learning, guys. So let's keep the momentum going from here onwards. We'll be starting. And in case any doubts, any questions, you can always get in touch with us. So we will win this together. Okay. So thank you so much for attending, guys. I hope you got some value and I hope you like the video. You can share it with your friends also who are preparing for UPSC if you like the video. And thank you so much again.